Today we are talking about seed starting basics. We're going to be sowing tomatoes and peppers indoors. Since it's now early March, this is the perfect time to do it, and it's super easy. And we'll also talk about some of the products we have here at Tonkadale to help you get started. First things first, Tonkadale has all kinds of really great educational materials that you can print at home for free. We have a cut flower calendar. This will help you plan out all your seed startings for cut flowers. You could also do vegetables and other edible crops on here too. You have your place where you can add your crop or your flower, and then days to mature. Basically all the information that you have on seed packets that you purchase, you can add all that information here to keep it all in one spot. This will help you know when to transplant, when the last frost date is, when you can get them started in your own garden, when you can pick them, all that good stuff. We also have a cutting garden guide. This is primarily flowers, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth about this later this month. But this has everything mapped out for you for starting a cut flower garden, and it has all kinds of little tidbits of information. It's super helpful for something as intimidating as starting your own cut flower garden. Both of these are available on our website under our blogs. If you just search cut flower in the search bar and then click news and information, you'll find these ready to download online. We also have a helpful seed starting chart here. This gives you your basic vegetables and edibles, so it'll tell you when the best time is to plant in order to be able to harvest depending on where you live. So since it's early March, we're doing peppers and tomatoes today. That's probably the earliest crop that you should start sowing indoors. It's the earliest crop that you can sow indoors because it takes such a long time for them to be able to harvest, peppers especially. This is also available online for you to download for free. Last little helpful free tidbit is our seed starting basics care card. This is illustrated by Megan. She does a lot of our care cards for us. You can grab one of these in the store if you just ask a team member. If you can't find them, they're also online at Tonkadale. We've been kind of doing our own seed starting here just so that we have some examples to show you guys. We planted these nasturtiums a couple weeks ago, maybe not even. They're already like super big. I just can't believe how far along that already is. This is the peach melba variety, super cute. We also have some snapdragons started that are starting to emerge. I don't know if you can see that, but they're really sweet. This is the tall maximum blend, and this is in the little epic garden trays that we just got in. These nice reusable 6-cell trays are really tough and durable, and the domes just are so cute and fit right over the top. So these are super easy if you don't necessarily want like a mega setup like this. These are marigolds. We also started in kind of this growing situation by seed. They were under our Epic Growing plant light for a while, and they're getting really big, so pretty soon here we'll be transplanting these to a bigger pot as well. This is the new Epic Grow Light and tray. I don't have it plugged in right now, but I just wanted to show you basically what the setup looks like. We also have another Epic Grow Light that's a little bit smaller. You could also use this over your house plants if you just have a few small plants that need a little bit of extra light. This one is super nice for that. This guy's cool because the top goes up and down based on how tall your seed starting or your houseplant situation is. We just have this guy nice and low right here, but it gives off really great light for our seeds that we're trying to grow. In here we have some marigolds, looks like straw flower and alyssum, and you can see that these guys are already starting to perk up from the soil. We just planted these only a couple days ago, so it really doesn't take that long to start seeing results with seed starting. That I think is the coolest part about it. So to get started on seed starting, you do need to have a couple accessories under your belt before you get going. One would be a seed starting soil mix. We have an Espoma version, and we also have a Soul Soil seed starting mix. I'm going to use probably the Espoma today. You probably need a plant tray or some sort of cell like these little guys, the Epic Gardening seed tray cells. You could get a bigger tray and then just plop 6 of these in there and call it good. We're just going to plant up 2 of these little guys today. We're going to do one with peppers and one with tomatoes. You also want dome toppers to go over your seeds. This will help create humidity, and they absolutely love that. They need that to thrive. For watering, it's really easy to use a continuous sprayer or one of these little squirt bottle guys. The continuous mister is really nice, because then you just take the top off of your seed tray, mist around a little bit. Some other items that aren't necessary, but they are super helpful, is plant labels. This pack does come with a pencil. These are reusable, which are super nice and sustainable. sustainable. We have these new garden markers, which are longer lasting than your typical Sharpie. This will last. And then we also have Neptune's Harvest seaweed plant food. This is another super nutritious additive to your seed starting to help promote better growth, better plants. We also have this Epic Gardening heat mat. This provides heat under your seeds because they do want that extra little bit of warmth when they're trying to get going. So this is super nice to have. You put it under your plant light, under the tray, and plug it in. This is what I do at my house. I put my seed starting tray and my plant light on top of the fridge because the top of your fridge generally is relatively warm. And then it's out of the way and you don't have to worry about it, but you do want to check on it every once in a while. Okay, so now I'm ready to plant. I need to have my little 6-cell trays here with the little bottom tray so that the water can drain in here. The trays do need to have drainage holes no matter what. And then I also have my dome toppers here. I already labeled my plant stakes. This will just help me remember what I planted. And then I have my seeds here ready to go, both my pepper and my sun gold tomato. I'm gonna fill the containers with pre-moistened seed starting mix. You should pre-moisten your soil before you add it in. That just means add water to it until it feels like a wrung out sponge. You want it to be damp, but you don't want it to be dripping. So now I have my seed trays filled. Now I'm ready to start planting the seeds. One thing to know when you're planting your seeds is you want to put them down at least 1 to 2 times the size of the seed. If you're planting something super tiny like snapdragons, you can just put them on the surface, maybe cover them up a little bit, but otherwise they're pretty much fine. So I'm gonna open these guys up and let's see what the inside of these packets look like. Yeah, see, look at that. There's all kinds of information on the inside. And these seeds are pretty tiny, so they come in this extra little bag. They're so tiny. We're just gonna kind of sprinkle them into the cells. I'm just gonna try one per cell, putting these tiny plants in, and I'm just gonna barely cover these with soil because they're just so small. Hoping and praying that these germinate and we have little sun gold tomatoes out of this. This one is done. Set that aside. And now we're gonna plant our ghost peppers. These are super, super, super spicy. Makes for really good hot sauces or to dare your friends into trying one and seeing how they can handle it. So these are gonna take 100 days to mature from transplanting. So once these are big enough to go into my garden, it's gonna be like a late summer harvest for these guys. Yeah, they look exactly like the hot peppers that you put on your pizza. And these are also very small. So we're just gonna tip them into the cells, maybe 3 to a cell. I don't know. We'll just see what comes up. We're just gonna cover them up a little bit. All right, so my pepper seeds are planted. I'm gonna add my tag in here. I'm gonna water them in a little bit with my squirt bottle. Put them under a light on top of a warming tray. I'm going to cover them with my dome topper here. Hopefully create a little bit of humidity in here. And you can also mist inside of these before you put on the lid just to add that extra little dose of humidity. And once you start seeing little buds emerge, you're gonna wanna make sure that they're getting at least 14 hours of sunlight a day. So that is basically being under a grow light all day long or all night long, whenever you wanna turn your grow light on, or in a south-facing sunny window is also another good idea. And then you just kind of wait for them to get to the point where they need to be transplanted into a new pot, like this guy. He got too big for his cell, needed a new pot, and we're just gonna keep upping that until it's warm enough for them to go outside and be planted in the garden. For now, you just wait and watch your little plants emerge. It doesn't take that long. You might see growth in a couple days. Just keep the light on them. You're gonna wanna check every couple of days to see if they need to be watered. Do not let them dry out, but don't overwater them. You wanna just create consistent dampness in these little pods. Once you do see the sprouts emerge, you can remove the toppers. They want more oxygen. Something like this, we would leave the top off and just let it start growing under the grow light or in your window. Another great tip is to provide some sort of air circulation if you have a light fan going, not a heat vent or an air conditioner, because that would dry your plant out and that would freeze your plant. But just like a light fan or somewhere where there's circulating air going through the room, that'll help prevent disease. As always, we're here to help at Tonkadale. If you have any questions, feel free to message us or email us, hello@tonkadale.com, or pop into the store. We're happy to answer all your seed starting questions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at Tonkadale.